Hey, welcome to a somatic magic moment where we receive into our bodies exactly where we are and through our bodies create a transformation that we're seeking, generate the kind of qualities and energies that we want to bring forth from within us. So here we go. Welcome to Mama Mandala. I'm Hagar. Go ahead and take a seat. Sit back on your heels if you can. So on your knees and your hips on your heels if possible for you. If not, any comfortable seated position is perfect. Rest your hands on your thighs and feel your legs. Allow your eyes to soften and give your body the message as you touch it, as you touch your thighs, that you are here, that you are open to hearing what it needs from you. And then go ahead and place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. And if it's okay for you to close your eyes, go for it. If not, keep them open. It's totally fine. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. And as you connect to yourself and to your breath in the next few moments, you can remind yourself that with every inhalation, you are receiving the world around you, the plants, the trees that nourish you with oxygen. And that with every exhalation, you are nourishing the plant world with your breath. That naturally, without you needing to do anything, as you sit here and breathe and simply breathe, that most basic natural movement of your body is that which connects you, that which reminds you that you are always connected, that you are interconnected with the natural world, with everything that grows around you. If it's okay for you, keep your eyes closed, separate your knees, keep breathing, stretch your hands forward, bring your forearms to the ground and bring your forehead to the ground and breathe in slowly and breathe out mindfully. Create a tone in the back of the throat as you breathe in. Make this resonant sound with your breath. And slowly breathe out, making this resonant sound. Again, almost like a whisper, like a sigh. And breathe in and out of your nose, bringing this awareness and this engagement to the breathing process. You are right now connecting, making a conscious choice to connect to this process of breathing with this tone in the back of the throat, creating a tighter passage for the breath to flow in through, and through this tightening, there's an expansion, the breath slows down. The breath deepens. Keep breathing in this way and then press your hands into the floor and bring yourself to all fours, to your hands and your knees. Inhale, take your chest forward and your hips back. And exhale, look in towards your navel, press your hands down, connect to the floor beneath you as you round your back. Becoming aware and present and participant. Inhale, look forward and take your chest forward and your hips back. Participant in the movement of your spine with extension and with flexion. Exhale and round your back. With this beautiful ability of your spine to move, to be mobile. And if your spine isn't feeling very mobile and there's a lot of issues that you're working with and working through, see if you can create this movement in a very small way. We're going to do a couple of more. So you can just very gently take a little bit of your hips back and a little bit of your chest forward. And very gently, just a little bit of a rounding of your back, of your ribs moving back. And if it feels okay to make these movements a little bigger, go for it. But connecting to your mobility doesn't have to be huge. I've never had this experience. I'm deeply privileged in this way. But if we're not mobile, where can you find the movement still that allows you to connect to your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the world around? Now with an inhalation, reach your chest forward and your hips back and your right leg back. Press the hands down, so deep connection to the ground beneath your hands. And exhale, bring your right foot outside of your right hand. Left knee, gently pull it forward energetically. So even though you're not moving your left leg and you're not moving your right foot, pull them towards one another. Create connection with your own center. And if it feels good for you, you can move your hips a little bit side to side. Keep creating stability and connection with a isometric pull into your center, into your midline, but then also a little bit of a movement and a fluidity. Deep breath in. Exhale. Plant your hands and reach your right knee back. Inhale and take your left leg back, chest forward a little bit. And exhale, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Left heel pulls back, right knee pulls forward. So deep engagement. And through this pulling and drawing into your own center, into your own space, what parts of you do you need to connect a little bit more deeply to? Breathe slowly. And consider what are the areas that in your life that if you make a deeper, if you invest in a deepening of a relationship with these parts of yourself, it's going to be helpful for your life right now, helpful for you, helpful for others around you. Deep breath in. And then plant your hands and exhale, reach your left knee back. Deep, slow inhale, your chest forward and your hips back. And exhale, knees apart and feet together. Come back into child's pose for a moment. Forearms to the ground, forehead to the ground, and connect to the earth, to that which supports you, to this solid ground beneath you, which is, of course, not as solid as we tend to think it is. Breathe slowly. Connect to the parts of your life through the connection to the earth right now that are keeping you somewhat in a stable space, in a stable state. The things in your life that are supportive. And bring this quality of support, of groundedness, of solidity into yourself. Receive it. Slowly walk your hands back and bring yourself to lie on your back. Place your feet on the ground, the head to the floor, back of the head pressing down. You can put your hands for a moment on the tops of your thighs and root the tops of your thighs back towards your heels. So that creates a little bit of a tilt of your pubic bone moving forward and down, and a little arch in your lumbar spine and your lower back. And then bend the elbows so that the elbows press into the floor and reach your fingertips towards the sky. Breathe in slowly as you root the back of your head into the floor and draw your collarbones towards your ears so there's a lift in your chest. With this lift in the chest, draw the sides of the ribs towards the center so that you're connecting to your core even though you're stretching and opening the front of your heart. And then inhale, keep all of that as you lift your hips up off the floor into bridge pose. Energetically, again, just like we did a few minutes ago, pull your legs towards one another And also push them apart. So you're connecting to your own center and also expanding into the world. Keep pushing the back of your head to the floor, ground your elbows, and maybe lift your chest a little bit more. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale deeply again. Expand your belly as you breathe. And exhale, slowly lower your hips down to the floor. Put your hands on your belly and let your knees knock in a little bit if that feels okay for you, if that feels good. You don't have to, but it might feel really nice. And what are the parts of you and of your life right now where you want to connect, but you are not quite finding the ways? And so as we do another bridge pose, we're going to start to build a bridge toward the areas inside ourselves and the areas in our lives where we're feeling like, how the hell do I get there? How the hell do I connect this piece, this experience to this goal, to this direction, to this person, to this part of myself? So keep pushing the elbows down. Inhale, back of the head roots into the floor and collarbones draw towards the ears. Draw the legs towards each other and push them apart. And inhale from the hip bones. Pull your hips up towards the sky. Connect your feet to the earth to anchor a solid, strong foundation for this bridge that you're building. And breathe. We know we're not going to figure it all out right in this moment, but we're starting a contemplation, starting a conversations with ourselves rather than staying only in the space of frustration. And trust me, I know frustration is really necessary. We need to be in it. And from it, we want to also ask, well, what are the materials that I'm going to need to use in order to build a bridge that allows me to connect the parts that feel separate, the parts that feel unattended to. Deep breath in. And exhale, lower your hips. Hands on your belly for another way to connect, to feel your own self holding you. Let the knees knock in, the eyes are soft. And then open the arms out to the side. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. And with an exhalation, take your knees to the right and your chest to the left. Slow breath. So I've learned this pose as windshield wipers. So in case you're in need, in case you're in tears from not being able to figure out how to build a bridge, which is perfectly fine. We're allowing ourselves to be with where we are, and we're consciously conjuring the transformation that we're seeking. And sometimes we're going to let the tears flow. Inhale your knees back to center. Exhale your knees to the left with your chest turning to the right. And sometimes we're going to turn on the windshield wipers and wipe them so that we can keep moving, so that we can take care of our children, so that we can go to work. Slow breath in. But we're not negating our experience. We're connecting to wherever it is that we are. Inhale your knees back to center. And exhale, bring your knees into your chest. And with the knees into the chest, just make sure you're not crazily rounding your back. Just a little bit of a tilt of your pelvis while you're also rounding. So both arching and rounding. It's almost like you're doing cat and cow at the same time. And if it feels okay for you to move a little side to side to massage your lower back, go for it. And go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana if that feels okay for you. So that's another point of connection. And rest your hands on your lower belly and let yourself rest here. You can also put something under your knees. You can run and grab books to put under your knees or thighs to support. And if you don't want to, you can just stretch your legs all the way into Shavasana and just keep your hands on your belly if it feels okay. So if it feels good to stay in Baddha Konasana, go for it. And allow your body to soften into the solid ground beneath you. Allow yourself to receive the messages that you need from yourself. What do you need to tell yourself right now in order to feel heard and seen and taken care of? Stay connected to yourself. Stay connected to all the support in your life. And I'm so grateful you joined me. Subscribe to our channel and get more of these delicious ways of being with yourself, and also subscribe to our newsletter so that you can receive inspiring messages and more ways of being with yourself. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks. Namaste.